Welcome to Atlanta Tarot for the sign of Aquarius, February 2021. So we're in your first house, Aquarius. Happy birthday. Let's see what's coming up for you in your spotlight this month. The birthday people. The energy is the Ten of Cups. Happiness. Having achieved emotional happiness, hopefully. And we can always feel like that, I feel like, when it's our birthday. It's our time to shine. It's our moment in the sun where, you know, we feel our best usually because we're just at home, really. It's in our home zone. So let's see with the happiness card. This can also be a bit of a facade though too, Aquarius, and you of all the people are the most independent of all the signs. Especially for the females, and the males probably the least likely to get married in a hurry or at all sometimes. They're very individualistic types. So we'll see what that's going to mean for you in your birthday month. Time, I should say, because it's over 2 months. Where you are right now. The Hermit just standing back, having a look, surveying the last year of your life. What did you do? You've made achievements. I'm imagining a lot of you have done a lot of, because the Hermit is sort of isolated in his own way. That's the card of wisdom and isolation in a way, meditation, just sort of taking a step back from the hustle and bustle and just observing things from afar. But a really nice card for you people to have had, especially after this last 12 months that we've all had. But for you, I feel like you've used it wisely. You've really used it wisely to say, okay, this is what's happened. What am I going to do about it? How am I going to manage this situation that we've all been in? So a lovely card, lots of wisdom there, Aquarius. So that goes really well with you, I feel. Let's see what's brought that on. And the Ace of Cups. Emotional, once again, a really nice emotional connection. Now this could be to people. Obviously it's to people because it's emotional, but also to something that you really want to do. A project or something that is just you, and you're really pleased that you've discovered something that sort of suits you. So that can give us great peace of mind, especially in this day and age where everything's so tumultuous, really. The Ace of Cups comes in and it's sort of like a breath of fresh air, really, to sort of say, look, I've found what I want to do and I'm really happy with it, and I've got people around me that I really connect with. Everything just seems to be shining for you, Aquarius, so well done. And that's going to be all over your next 4 weeks of your birthday. So this card affects everything on the spread. So the background, so the month before, so you were December, January, you were in your 12th house, so probably a bit sort of hermit-like in a way too. When we're in the 12th house, we just want to get on and do our work, and we don't really feel the need to be out there connecting with others. We're just getting on with our sort of solitary life, I suppose. And it's a time where we kind of, things make sense too, because we're more introspective in the 12th house. And that was the King of Wands, so traveling, a lot of moving around, a lot of movement in terms of getting to where you really want to be as well. Having a King of Wands is somebody that's at the top of his game, leadership, he knows where he wants to go. He knows what he has to do to get it as well, and he's prepared to do all those things in order to have long-lasting success. So, excellent. But movement is his sort of theme in a way. King of Wands, he's just like, go-getter. Okay, I want this, I'm going to get it. And he does. So well done, Capricorn. Okay, Aquarius, sorry. Recent influences, and we have the Magician coming in. So the Magician is there, he is potential. He's all your potentials lined up, your possibilities, what you can achieve, understanding that new beginnings and new projects will be either tricky, they'll be full of potential, but there'll also be risk involved. Always factor in the risk, Aquarius, with anything. Things, you know, it's duality, things can go this way or that way, but always make sure you understand that things can also fail a bit as well, and so you've got to spend a bit of time fixing up, you know, mistakes and things like that. But overall it's a really good card, especially to come out when you're in your 12th house in December, January. So you sort of go, yeah, well, I don't want to, you know, I want to fix that up, I want to work on this about myself or for your life. So beautiful card again, big card again. So two big cards in the spiritual realm, which sort of really, to me, to tell you, is like you've really achieved a sense of your own self and direction for this coming year of 2021. Let's see what you are learning this next 4 weeks. The Two of Cups, very much hand in glove yet again, very akin to the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you very well couldn't run into somebody that you sort of really click with this month. Quite randomly, of course. As I said, you're not the people of the zodiac that really need to have people in their lives in terms of a live-in partner or a partner. You're quite happy to travel solo. That's just the way you are. But there is this lovely Two of Cups soulmate card coming in. Now that could be on any level, but you know yourselves what level that means to be to you. But just be aware that that's sort of the lesson. And it's just about you perhaps too. You've come out of something, you've been healing from something, and now you sort of have more of an understanding of what it is you want in future for any sort of companion or partner. Very nice. Okay, so moving on to near future. So last week of January, early February, we will have a bit of disappointment. But it's disappointment when we've absolutely got everything we need. We're not lacking in anything, but it's just like something's missing. But this is once again emotional. So it's quite emotional as well for you this next 4 weeks, Aquarius. And it's about really delving deep into your soul and sort of, well, what do you need? Do you need somebody to complete you, or can you do that by yourself? It looks like you can, but then again, there's always that burning question, isn't it? So this card, it's not a strong, massive card, but it's sort of a card to make you reflect and say, yeah, well, what do I want? What will make everything feel complete to me? It's a lifelong question, really, isn't it? Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. And these two are always very strongly linked, obviously. And then we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is the man that's frozen in time. His emotions are frozen back in a place way long ago where something awful happened emotionally to him, and he never has moved on from it. So if you can think, of course, all of you know someone like that in your life. Or for some of you, it might even be you, just been frozen emotionally, too scared to sort of get back out there again. So it's a very interesting card in terms of, you know, unlocking those emotions and unlocking those sad times that really have just frozen over. And there it is. I'll leave that for you to decipher what that means to you. How others see you. Yeah. Page of Swords, up in the air. They don't really know what you're doing. You're in your element of air, you're starting new things, you're doing new things, you've got a lot of promise and a lot of hope. Someone's watching you too, someone's a bit, not obsessed, well, kind of obsessed with you, what you're doing, where you're going. There's always that when you get the Page of Swords, there's an element of someone sort of, not obsessed in a terrible way, but just sort of, oh, what's going on? Let's have a look through their social media and see if they're happy or sad. So there you go, Aquarius. The eyes are on you. What you're feeling positive about? The Ace of Swords. Clarity. Absolute clarity, Aquarius. You've come out of that 12th house in December, January, and now you're clear as a bell. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly where you're going. Who cares what other people think? Well, they're obviously interested in what you're up to as well. But yeah, you've got this massive amount of clarity at the moment, which is really heartening in a way, because this is your home. Swords is your home sort of base. You like mental, intellectual clarity. You like to know that everything is clear for you and your path. And especially after a difficult time, when you get this card, the Ace of Swords, it's always a great card to get, to sort of remind you that the hard times have been dealt with for now. You've sort of really come out of that murky business with a lot of clarity and lessons well learned that shan't be repeated, mistakes that won't be repeated. Wow, it's turning out to be quite an interesting spread, Aquarius. Okay, let's have a look now at the final outcome. And we have the Three of Swords. So a bit of sadness there at the end, but that grief is, I'm feeling like it, it comes and goes, grief, doesn't it? Every now and again it sort of catches you. It's almost like it chases you, and sometimes you can beat it. Other times it catches you unawares. But it can be about a lot of things too. It's not a major card, but it's just something that once in a while, it's like the wave, it comes in waves. We just sort of think, oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, I don't really want to think about that. But sometimes we just have to, with grief, and we all carry a little bit of it for certain times of our life where we've been really shaken by something emotional. I'm just going to put a clarifying card on that Three of Swords, because I don't want you to finish up your birthday 4 weeks with thinking, oh, it's not going to be good at the end. It's not that, it's just that something will sort of catch you unawares in terms of sadness from the past, or somebody else's sadness as well. And we have, underneath the surface, we have the Hierophant, or the moral compass. So whatever that grief is that may sort of just catch you unawares, Aquarius, morally that you have chosen the right direction. Someone is hurt. 3 people, usually when you get 3s, have been implicated in this sadness. However, if you really dig deep, you'll understand that you made the right decision. Morally it was correct for you. And sometimes we do hurt others and we hurt ourselves in the same thing, but we just know it can't carry on, don't we? We know we've got to make a break. We've got to be true to ourselves. Right, let's see what your message is. Discipline. A disciplined mind leads to happiness. An undisciplined mind leads to suffering. Discipline is one of the most used practical tools to reunite the mind, body and spirit, and is encouraged in many spiritual pursuits as a way to attain ultimate happiness. Lovely. Thank you so much, Aquarius. Happy birthday. Talk soon.